up on this edition. But first, let's begin with our top focus for this hour. A sudden dust storm and gusty winds, in fact, swept through Delhi this evening, forcing the Met Department to issue an orange alert for Delhi NCR. Now, winds reaching up to 80 km per hour are expected, along with light to moderate rain and thunderstorms. The weather chaos also hit air traffic. Over 15 flights were diverted at the IGI airport. Now, Air India has issued a travel advisory warning of possible delays and diversions. The IMD says more disruptions could follow through the night. Delhi metro services were impacted as well, with announcements asking passengers to brace as the speed of the trains was reduced in lighter wind speeds. The weather office informed the strong winds may damage crops and vulnerable structures, advising people to stay indoors and avoid traveling outside. Alright, these are the visuals that you're looking at on your screens. Of course, two sets of visuals, that is. Let's focus on the first one on the left hand of your screens. While you, of course, look at traffic as well, this is what it looked like. Gusty winds. It was a dust storm. In fact, if you were witnessing what happened last evening, it was a little scary, to say the least, concerning the fact that it wasn't just about the dust storm, but the larger impact of it that we got to see in the form of many places also did have power outages. There was the dust storm that caused a little bit of inconvenience to everybody as well. Nikhil Akwani, my colleague, joins me for more. Nikhil, good morning. In a nutshell, of course, last evening was scary, to say the least. The visuals playing out on our screens as well. But with the IMD having given instructions as well as directives in what we're going to be looking at, alerts also in the place for the capital. Tell us where things stand at the moment.
Well, yesterday in entire NCR region, there was this prediction which came out from the side of the IMD department, wherein they informed about the gusty winds, which was experienced, as we've already said, in the entire region, not just the capital cities, but the same was being experienced in Gurugram, Delhi, Noida, Ghaziabad, and Faridabad as well. And many of the trees as well, they were uprooted, and there is some of the damages as well, which we have seen in the videos which are now going viral on the social media platform, wherein big structures have also fell down on the vehicles as well. So there is some damage as well which has been done. Delhi Fire Services, they have also come out with some of the details as to they have received few calls in connection with the house collapse as well, which usually take place if the weather goes in this kind of condition. And this was already said from the side of the IMD that between 9th to 11th of April, the weather is going to remain likewise. So yesterday and day before yesterday, this was experienced. And because of the gusty winds, which were blowing with a strong speed, couple of flights as well were diverted out of the capital city. As many as 15 of these flights were diverted. And the impact was seen not just in NCR region, but also at the Jaipur airport as well. But this was a prediction which lasted till yesterday. But we need to see as to what exactly the IMD has given out, the prediction or the forecast, at least for next week. But amid the same, there is also, on one side, we are talking about damage as well. On another side, there is respite as well from the heat wave. We already know that the temperature was soaring. It already crossed a level of 40 degrees Celsius, but in the last 2 days, the temperature also came down to a lower level. Back to you.
Nikhil, as you point that out, and of course, in a nutshell, you've spoken about how, this could have also been seen as a double whammy, given the scorching heat that everyone was experiencing in northern part of India. But we do know several factors is what is causing. Looking at the visuals as well on our screens, it's dramatic to say the least. But let me ask you this, given the fact that every year we look at different kind of weather changes and climate changes, is this a sense of what we're going to be looking at throughout this summer season, given the fact that the IMD had already predicted at least last month that this season is going to be pretty harsh?
Well, clearly, they have already said that this time around, the weather conditions are going to remain even intense. Last time, remember, we have spoken about the same. The temperature reached out to a level of 52 degrees Celsius during the peak summers. And this time we need to see as to what exactly the new records are being set from the side of the overall these kind of things. But the temperature are already soaring. We have experienced the temperature of over 40 degrees Celsius here in the NCR region. And similar is the condition which is being experienced in the entire northwestern region. The IMD have already given a forecast about the overall summer season, wherein they have said that this time around the intense weather conditions are going to remain at least for 3 straight months, that is April, May and June as well. So before the onset of the monsoon season, these few months are going to remain very much difficult for those people who are living in the NCR region. But clearly yesterday what we have seen, it was a double whammy, of course, but on the other side, we can say that it brought some of the respite as well in the scorching heat-like conditions. But usually the forecast which is given out from the side of the IMD department, it lasts for about a week. So this was the prediction which was only for about, between 9 to 11 of cases. We need to see as to what is the fresh prediction which is coming out from the side of the IMD department, at least for the next week.
Right, Nikhil. I appreciate you joining us with more on that. As far as the IMD is concerned, they've also predicted for today very light rainfall and thunderstorm, and day after as well, along with strong surface winds reaching about at least 50 km per hour. Maximum temperature, in fact, is going to range between 36 to 38, while minimum is going to hover between 23 to 25. So to say the least, Delhi NCR is continuing to look at conditions where this is not going to be pleasant. But having said that, we'll continue to keep you ahead. But for the moment, let's leave it at that. Let's now shift